Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
WOKO time is 8 o'clock, and it's time for Yankee baseball. And right now, the fans rise, and we will have the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Walks out to the mound, while Louis Aparicio stands just off the batter's box. And Gerba will be making his 18th appearance of the year. He has a record of 3-1. He has been used mostly as a relief pitcher. This will be his 6th start. He has won 2 of his 3 games against the White Sox. In relief at Chicago June the 18th, when he worked 6 innings and gave up 2 runs in a 12-5 New York victory. And on July 24th as a starter, he beat them here 8-2 in his first Major League complete game. He relieved against the White Sox August the 9th, pitched 1 inning, and on August the 10th. And pitched to 1 batter and gave up a walk. In his last outing at Washington in relief, he worked an inning in the 3rd, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 1. His last start, the Red Sox got him out in the 2nd inning. So Eli Gerba was credited with a win in relief over the Senators August 20th in his last outing, is all set to work. Louis Aparicio, batting .271, right-hand hitter up. McDougal shortens up at 3rd. Eli Gerba, right-hander, goes to the windup, and the first pitch of the game is in there. Strike 1, fastball. 0-1. Al Lopez has arranged his lineup in his old-fashioned manner, with Aparicio leading off and Fox to follow. He put Landis down the 8th spot. Gerba gets the sign. Into the windup and the pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-1. The Yankees have won 10 and the White Sox 8. The White Sox have taken 5 out of 9 here. while the Yankees have won 6 out of 9 there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Gerber to the windup, and the pitch to Dewey. Swung on, ground ball hits the short. Boyer scoops it up, throws on to first in time, and there's 1 away. Aparicio grounds out to short. Nelson Fox coming up. He's hitting .271. Roy Sievers on deck. Tony Cuccinello coaching at third, and Don Gutteridge at first. Outfield shading Fox toward left, in center and left, straightaway right. Ferrer's in right field tonight. Kubick in left. Eli Gerber's pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. McDougald has to play Fox in close at third. Depending on the pitch, of course, Nelly occasionally will try and pull the ball. He goes with the pitch mostly, and to get the outside pitch, tries to drive it by a drawn-in third baseman. Gerber ready. Here's the 1 strike offering. Swung on. There's the ball. It was pulled right. There's Berra back to the fence, and he can't get it. The ball bounds off his glove, and Fox, on his way to second, rounds it on his way to third, and he's in there with 3 bases. He pulled the ball over Yogi's head. Yogi's not playing him very deep and right. And Yogi reached up as he got back to the fence, and ball seemed to bounce off his glove or hit the barrier behind him. Fox is on third with a triple. His 10th 3-bagger. And now Roy Sievers comes up, batting .311. Fox on third, 1 out. Gerber to the windup, and the pitch in there, strike 1, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Fox on third, 1 away. The wind up by Gerber, and the pitch is inside for a ball, 1-1. Ball, 1 strike. Fox got a fastball, and he pulled it. He was going for the long one and hit it over Yogi's head. The 1-1 pitch. It's low for a ball, 2-1. Both of the last 2 pitches have been right around the strike zone. To cut it fine with the hard-hitting Sievers. A 2-1 count on Roy. Eli Gerber ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Strike 2. He curved him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A 2-2 count. Fox on third, 1 out. Gerber to the windup. Here's the pitch, and Sievers swings and fouls it back up here onto the netting. Count remains 2-2. Two strikes. Minnie Minoso on deck. One out. Eli Gerber ready. Fox moves off the bag at third. The windup. Here's the pitch, and Severs held off of a low breaking curve. He just held off in time. It's a full count, 3-2. It's a good pitch. That is good for a batter like Severs. You can't throw the fat one up there. Full count. Eli Gerber taking no time. He's ready for the 3-2 pitch. Fox on third. The windup and the pitch. High, ball 4, and Severs draws a walk. Runners on first and third. One out, and the batter, Minnie Minoso, hitting .308. Gene Freeze on deck. Now, Tony Cuccinello calls Minoso down to him. Have a quick conversation, and Minnie's back in a hitting position. Fox on third, Severs on first with one out in the first inning. Gerber into the stretch. And the pitch. It's low, ball 1. Minnie is the leading White Sox run batted in player with 82. Fox on third, Severs on first, one out. Gerber into the stretch. Now the pitch to Minoso. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Trying to ride that one to right field. One ball, one strike. White Sox putting the pressure to Gerber right off the bat. One ball, one strike. Runners lead away from first and third. Throw to first. Severs is back. Scowen returns the ball to Gerber. Eli again ready. And the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Minnie biting at a low pitch. 1-2 the count. Minnie is a little angered with himself, moves out of the batter's box, grabs a handful of dirt and slams it down. Back into hitting position now. A 1-2 count on Minoso. Fox on third, Severs on first, one out, first inning. Gerber into the stretch. Now the pitch. Curve is hit slowly down the third baseline. Foul. Count remains 1-2. Again, and we're set. Minosa digs in, guarding the plate. Leans in close to it anyway. Fox leads off third. Sievers off first. Once again, the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it is into the dirt out in front of the plate. Sievers goes on down to second. The throw down, and he is safe. Fox holds at third. On a ball is bounced in front of the plate. Howard blocked it. Couldn't locate it immediately. Sievers, who had a good lead away, then broke on to second. Howard saw Fox breaking on back to third, and then threw, but could not get Sievers. And it'd probably be called a wild pitch. It is a wild pitch. And runners on second and third, 1 out. The fourth double play situation is now removed. 2 men in scoring position. Gerber ready into the full windup. Here's the delivery, and Minosa takes a curve outside for ball 3. Gene Freese on deck. Full count on Minnie. Fox on third, Sievers on second. Gerber to the windup, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, little tap out in front of the plate, and the throw is to first, and Fox holds third, and Sievers second. As Gerber came in, grabbed the ball, Howard couldn't get to it, but he hollered first base because he saw Fox wasn't heading home. So Minosa is retired. Gerber to Skowron with no advance. Fox would have had the play on him at the plate, with Gerber coming in. Howard backed up, so Fox, I don't know whether he could have come off a little ways and then broken for the plate when the throw went to first or what. But he did not advance. And here's Gene Freese up. Batting .279. Runners on second and third, 2 out. Freese, the right-hand hitter. Gerber's pitch. Outside, ball 1. Al Smith is on deck. Runners lead away from second and third. The windup, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Fastball in tight on him. Having to work hard out there in the first of the first. Fox leading away from third, Sievers from second. And the windup, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, bounce deep to short. The long throw to Skowron, bounces away. Here comes Sievers into the plate behind Fox, and Freese is on his way to second. And it's 2-0 Chicago. It's an error all the way. Base hit and an error. It's 2-0 Chicago. Freese hit the ball by McDougal into the hole. Boyer went over to his right field of the ball, was off balance, made a long throw, bounced to first base, and off the glove of Skowron. It's a hit and an error. 1 run batted in, and an error charged to Boyer on the throw, enabling Sievers also to score behind Fox, and Smith, or rather Freese, to take second. And that brings up Al Smith, hitting .326. 2-0 Chicago. Eli Gerber ready. And the pitch. Low outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Lawler's on deck. Eli Gerber ready, and the pitch is low, bounces into the dirt, ball 2. Smith leading the league in hitting with 326. Nothing, favor of Chicago. It's the first inning. Gene Freese leading away from second. Now the delivery swung on and fouled off to the left of the plate over into the White Sox dugout. Gerber has a new ball to work with and then decides to change it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gerber ready once more. And the pitch to Smith. Swung on. There's a base hit into center. Here comes Freese around third. And he heads for home, comes in to score. And it's 3-0 in favor of Chicago. As Smith singles to center. Driving in his 60th run of the season. And now coming up is Sherman Lawler. Lawler hitting .267. 3 runs in for the White Sox in the first inning. Sherm Lawler, the 7th man in the order. Al Smith on first, 2 outs. Smitty with the lead. We'll watch him, and so is Gerber. He throws over to first base. Eli to the stretch. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Curveball, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Another throw to first. Smith is back. Gerber into the stretch. Smith with the lead. The pitch swung on, bounced foul down the third base line. 2 strikes now on Lawler. 3 runs in for Chicago. Gerber taking his time for a moment. Does a little landscaping out front of the rubber. Now he's set. Looks in to get the sign from Howard. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on. A bouncer hit out to short. Boyer flips over to Richardson, forcing Smith. And the side is retired. 3 runs. 1, 2, 3 hits. 1 error and 1 left on. At the end of the first half, the first inning, the White Sox 3, the Yankees nothing.
To be crisp, a beer must be icily light. With true lager flavors, precisely right. Lively, golden, crystally clear, the crisp refresher. Valentine beer. Hey, get your cold beer. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your cold beer. Get your ice cold Valentine beer. Get your ice cold Valentine beer. Get your ice cold Valentine beer.
The last half of the first inning. Al Lopez has just gone out to the mound. Billy Pierce warmed up. There was a question before the game as to whether he'd be able to start or not. He has a little bit of an injury. A little soreness, I believe, somewhere at the base of his spine. But he warmed up. Casey would not make up his lineup until he could see who would be the starting pitcher. And so then Casey had to make his lineup. And Casey now is coming out and says, you got to pitch to one batter. And then Charlie Berry said no. And here comes Early Wynn in from the bullpen. Is that Early Wynn? So Casey was wondering whether the White Sox were trying to pull a switch on him, and Casey finally had to go with a batting order for a left-hand pitcher. So Early Wynn is coming in. Now Casey goes over to talk to Charlie Berry. And Early Wynn is coming in. Casey and Berry are still going at it. The bullpen warming up. And so he will be the pitcher instead of Pierce. Normally you have to pitch to one batter, but in the case of injury. Now here comes Al Lopez out. Charlie Berry's talking to him. Kubick is coming up. Wynn is 1-9, lost 8. Kubick hitting .284. 3-0 in favor of the White Sox. Wynn into the windup and the pitch. It's in there for a strike, curveball, 0-1. Balls, one strike. And the next pitch swung on, so a high fly ball into center field. Jim Landis is under it, makes the catch, and there's one away. Now Gil McDougall, batting .264, steps up with Yogi Berra on deck. Nothing Chicago at the last of the first. Wynn into the windup. Here's the pitch. Curveball over, strike one. Now the next delivery. Curveball outside. According to the rules, The pitcher named in the batting order handed the umpire-in-chief shall pitch to the first batter or any substitute batter until such batter is put out or reaches first base. More to it. The 1-1 pitch swung on, lined into center field for a base hit. Throw comes back into Fox, and up comes Yogi Berra. McDougall singles to center. Berra hitting .303. Says in effect that the starting pitcher must pitch to at least one batter unless the pitcher sustains injury or illness which in the judgment of the umpire-in-chief incapacitates him from pitching. Here's Berra. Early Wynn to the stretch. One away. The delivery to Yogi is outside, ball one. Any time any pitcher is replaced, he must also pitch to at least one batter. Unless the substitute pitcher sustains injury or illness, which in the umpire-in-chief's judgment incapacitates him for further play as a pitcher. Early Wynn's delivery is low outside, ball two, 2-0. White Sox 3. And the Yankees nothing, first inning. Two balls, no strikes. McDougall off first. And the delivery. It's in there, strike one, 2-1. Casey was talking about this for the game. He made his lineup out the last moment. Early Wynn ready. Checks the runner. The pitch to Berra. Swung on and hit foul down the third base line. Strike two. 2-2. He said he wanted to see who's going to pitch, and Billy Pierce was warming up. Completed warming up. In the meantime, Wynn was down in the bullpen getting ready. Casey had to give a lineup to the umpire. And when Pierce went out to warm up to pitch the last of the first, ailment apparently acted up on him. And in came Wynn, who was ready. Now the big right-hander's pitch is outside, ball three, 3-2. Count on Berra. Gill leads away with one out. Now there goes Gill. The pitch is swung on and popped up foul. Freese moves over under it and makes the catch, and McDougall retreats to first. Berra fouls out to Freese. With two down, up comes Mickey Mantle, hitting .275. 3-0 Chicago. It's the last half of the first inning. Outfield around toward right. Early Wynn into the stretch. And the pitch to Mantle. High outside, ball one. Minosa is in left, Landis in center, and Smith in right. Freese third, Aparicio short, Fox second, Severs first, and Lawler catching. Early Wynn doing the pitching. Two down. And the 1-0 pitch to Mantle is high for ball two, 2-0. balls, no strikes. Early Wynn delivers, and the pitch is low and inside, ball 3. Mantle started to swing and held off. Three balls, no strikes. Aparicio is playing almost right at second base, back deep. He can move in behind the bag and over to the first base side. A 3-0 count, 2 away. Early Wynn delivers, and the ball is outside, ball 4. Mantle walks. McDougal moves to second, and up comes Skowron, batting .312. White Sox 3, the Yankees nothing in the first inning. Early Wynn into the stretch. Runners leads away from first and second, 2 down, and the pitch swung on. It's a high pop out back of second. Aparicio is under it, waiting, and makes the catch, and the side's retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. At the end of the first inning, the White Sox 3, the Yankees nothing. Tomorrow afternoon, the game has been played under protest. Casey has entered a protest. However, at the moment don't know what it's based on. I know what it generally was based on. That is the switch of pitchers, but unless there's some item involved that we're not familiar with at the moment, the rule is specific in saying the pitcher named in the batting order and to the umpire-in-chief shall pitch to the first batter or any substitute batter until such batter is put out or reaches first base, unless the pitcher sustains injury or illness, which in the judgment of the umpire-in-chief incapacitates him from pitching. Billy Pierce apparently was incapacitated. And in the judgment of Charlie Berry, he so thought and allowed the pitching switch according to the rule. Now, there may be some other factor involved that we do not know about as yet. Meantime, on which Casey may have based his protest. Meantime, here's Jim Landis as we go to the second inning. The right-hand batter. Pitch is inside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Landis hitting .245. Eli Gerba's pitch is inside and high. Ball 2, 2-0. Detroit leading Baltimore 1-0 at the end of an inning. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. It's in there, strike 1, 2-1. The 2-1 delivery. Low, ball 3, 3-1. Early Wynn will be the next batter. Then Louis Aparicio. The 3-1 delivery. It's low for ball 4, and Landis walks. Second pass issued by Gerba. Early Wynn will be coming to bat. Hitting .211. 12 for 57. Landis has 19 stolen bases. So always bears watching. Aparicio, by the way, has 37. 3-0 in favor of Chicago. Wynn batting left-handed against Gerba. McDougal charging the plate. And the pitch. It's bunted out in front of the plate. Howard up the ball, throws down to second, and he misses him. And all hands are safe. The throw sailed on Boyer, pulled him off the bag. And when Landis rounded the bag, Boyer tried to sneak back to tag him, but Landis eluded the tag. So on the bunt and the fielder's choice play, all hands are safe. So it is a sacrifice and fielder's choice. All hands are safe. And the batter now is Louis Aparicio. No error on the plate. Aparicio grounded to short in the first inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out. 3-0 Chicago in the second inning. The pitch is bunted toward third. McDougal up with it, throws over to first to Richardson covering for the out. Advancing Landis to third and Wynn to second. Now the batter is Nelson Fox, who started things off for the White Sox in the first inning with a triple over Yogi's head in right field. 2 men in scoring position, 1 out. Fox up and Sievers to follow. McDougal and Skowron shortened up, and now Casey wants the infield in. He's got Richardson back. The pitch is swung on and popped foul, coming back out of play. 1 strike on Fox. Casey has Richardson playing backbeat. McDougal and Skowron at the corners. And Boyer halfway at short. Runners lead away from second and third. The pitch to Fox swung on to a fly ball into right field. Landis goes to third to tag. Yogi makes the catch. They throw to the plate, and Landis is held at third on Yogi's throw. It was a fly ball in a very short right. Landis held up. I'm wondering, without a 3-0 lead, how they would have played that. See, with 1 out already, and what with Sievers coming up. In other words, Lopez, I guess, figure with a 3-run lead, or Cuccinello, gambling on maybe not getting 1, but getting more. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. That sounds like an odd statement. Gamble on not getting any and getting the chance of getting more than 1. Gerber to the windup, and the pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Landis on third. Early Wynn on second. 2 outs, 3-0 Chicago, second inning. Here's the pitch. High fastball. The count is 2-1. A 2-1 count on Roy Sievers. Sievers is just 4 behind Minosa in the RBI department. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 2-2. Minosa has appeared in 119 games and Sievers in 99. And some of those 99, Roy is just pinch hitter, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Second inning. The White Sox 3, The Yankees, nothing. Landis on third and Wynn on second. Gerber to the windup. Here's the pitch. In there, close. Strike three. And the side is retired. No runs. No hits. No errors. And 2 men left on. At the end of an inning and a half, Chicago 3 and New York nothing. Severs didn't agree with the call on that pitch. But then there are folks who disagree on a lot of things. It takes 2 teams to make a game, and folks root for both sides. People have preferences. Along those same lines, I know a lot of you have a preference as to the type of glass you like your beer served in. That's a matter of personal taste, of course. No runs. No hits. No errors. And 2 men left on. At the end of an inning and a half, Chicago 3 and New York nothing. Severs didn't agree with the call on that pitch. But then there are folks who disagree on a lot of things. It takes 2 teams to make a game, and folks root for both sides. People have preferences. Along those same lines, I know a lot of you have a preference as to the type of glass you like your beer served in. That's a matter of personal taste, of course. But what really counts is what's in the glass. And there's one beer that delivers top taste and refreshment in any glass. And, you know, I mean the Crisp Professor Valentine beer. That golden Valentine is mighty refreshing. And when it comes to flavor, Valentine's the light beer with true lager flavor. It proves a beer can be truly light and still give you all the downright delicious lager beer flavor you want. That's the reason Valentine beer is the Crisp Professor. So enjoy the one beer that tastes great anytime, in any glass. Light, delicious Valentine beer, the Crisp Professor. In the last half of the second inning, Elston Howard comes up. Clete Boyer on deck and Bobby Richardson to follow. Early Wynn doing the pitching in place of Billy Pierce, who warmed up, got ready to pitch, but was ailing and had to depart. Wynn to the windup and the pitch. Swung on and popped straight up into the air, foul. Here comes Lawler back under it at the screen and makes the catch. One away. Now Clete Boyer comes up, hitting .260. Bobby Richardson on deck. Early Wynn shut out Kansas City August 19th, 10-0. The delivery is high for a ball. And that put him over the 500 mark for the first time this season. The pitch is high for a ball, 2-0. Double check that. He beat the Yankees 5-3 on May the 20th to give him a 2-1 record. And he fell to 2-2 to 2-3 and never caught up to 500 for a while until July 31st. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. He was 7-7, then dropped to 7-8, then went to 8-8 and 9-8. Now the pitch to Boyer, swung on and hit foul out of play to the left of the plate. Strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Chicago, last of the second. And the pitch is in there for call strike 3. Boyer looks the third one over. And out comes Bobby Richardson. Batting .253. swings to the windup. Around comes the right arm, and the pitch is a curve that's tapped toward the mound. Wynn up to the ball, throws on to first in time, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 2 innings, Chicago 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And the Yankees, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. We pause for station identification.
This is Quality Modern, WOKO 1460 on your dial in Albany, New York. The correct time is 3 minutes before the hour of 9 o'clock.
The White Sox are here tomorrow afternoon, game time 2 o'clock. With Art Ditmar pitching for New York. Early Wynn was the announced pitcher tomorrow. But since he had to pitch tonight, with Pierce incapacitated, I don't know whether Billy will be all right to pitch tomorrow or not. We just have to wait and see. In the meantime, we go to the 3rd inning with the White Sox leading 3-0. Minosa, Priest, and Smith coming up. Minnie tapped to the mound in the 1st inning, hitting .307. Eli Gerber to the windup, and the pitch is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. White Sox took advantage of some faulty defensive play in the 1st inning. 4-3 runs across the plate. Gerber delivers to Minnie. Swings and hits a line drive right back to Gerber. A wicked liner. Gerber had the glove out, and the ball just struck in there. So there's 1 away. And up comes Gene Freeze, hitting .281. That was a hot one, boy. Freeze singled to deep short in the 1st inning. The pitch is swung on and fouled back up here for a strike. Down in the 3rd. Gerber's delivery is bunted, and it's a beauty. Gerber over, throws to first, and it's got him. Got him. Moose had his foot on the bag. On a beautiful play. Eli Gerber grabbed the bunt, threw off balance. Moose shifted off the bag. Kept his foot on to retire Freeze. Comes Al Smith. From the stands, it did not appear that way. That's why the fans are reacting. But Don Gutteridge, coaching at first, didn't kick on it. Here's the delivery to Smitty. It's outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Smith batting .327. Now the pitch, and it's low. Smith singled to center in the 1st inning. Two balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery is in there for a strike, 2-1. His next delivery swung on, bounced over the head of the pitcher out to second, and it's lost by Richardson. He boots it for an error, and Smith is aboard. Al Smith boots it. Richardson boots it, rather. Al Smith is safe, and up comes Sherm Lawler, who grounded to short in the first inning. Lawler batting .265. With two away, we'll watch Smitty to see whether he's trying to steal or not. Eli Gerber to the stretch. And the pitch is low outside, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Outfield straight away. Gerber ready. Throws over to first. Smith back. Eli to the stretch. Smith with the lead. And the pitch. It's over. Strike one. 1-1. One ball, one strike. Two away. Gerber to the stretch. Smith with the lead. No further off the throw over, and he's back. Once again, Smith dances off. And the pitch. Change-up is hit in the area in the left center. Here's Kubick coming on, and Kubick makes the catch. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, one error, one left on. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, Chicago 3, New York nothing. Half of the third inning. 3-0 in favor of the White Sox. Eli Gerber comes up. Tony Kubick and Joe McDougall to follow. Early Wynn to the windup, and the pitch swung on and fouled back. Strike one. Eli's had 4 for 18. Comes the next pitch, and it's high for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0. Chicago leads last to the third. Wynn's delivery swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Veteran right-hander taking his time, starts his windup. Down comes the right arm, in comes the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Strike 3. One away. Early Wynn recording his second strikeout. Here's Tony Kubick, batting .283, flied to center in the first inning. And the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strike. Now the pitch. And it's in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Kubick, swung on, lined into right field for a base hit. Al Smith up the ball, throws it back into Fox, and Kubick is aboard for the Yankees' second hit of the game. Single to right. Up comes Gil McDougald, who singled to center in the first inning for the first hit. Yogi Berra on deck. One out. White Sox leading 3-0 third inning. Early Wynn ready. They pitch to Gill. Low outside. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Wynn into the stretch. Checks the runner. Tony Kubick pitches to McDougald. It's over. Strike 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wynn once more to the stretch. Here's the delivery. And it's low for ball 2. 2-1. Balls, 1 strike. Early Wynn once more to the stretch. And the delivery. Swung on, foul to the right of the plate, out of play into the upper deck. 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander ready. Kubick leads away. The pitch outside for ball 3. 3-2. A full count. Who had been playing a step behind Kubick, now is on the bag with him. Wynn steps off the rubber. A full count on Gil McDougald. 1 out, last of the third. 3-0 Chicago. Wynn into the stretch. Kubick leads away. There goes Tony. The pitch is swung on and hit into the air into straightaway center. Landis under it, makes the catch, and Kubick retreats to first. McDougald drives out to Landis in center field. Up comes Yogi Berra, who fouled out to Gene Priest, back of third in the first inning. Berra's hitting .302. Yogi's passing time of day with Lawler. Now we're ready to play ball. 2 outs. knocked back on the grass, way over into the first base hole. Time is called. Yogi stepped out. Wynn once again to the stretch. Checks Kubick. Here's the pitch to Berra. And it's high, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Two down in the third. Early Wynn all set. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off upstairs. A 1-1 count. One ball, one strike. Wynn ready once more. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled to the right of the plate. Strike two. 1-2. Ball, two strikes, two outs. Tony Kubick on first base. Early Wynn pitching to Yogi Berra. 3-0 Chicago. Wynn ready to work, delivers, and Yogi swings and misses. He went for a fastball high outside. And the side's retired. No runs, one hit, no errors. One man left on. At the end of 3 innings, Chicago 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and New York no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. Some demonstrators have run onto the field and are being quickly trapped by stadium police. They had some sort of sign, and 2 signs, in fact. They are demonstrators with signs in Spanish. I didn't get a chance to read them exactly, but a whole group of them suddenly bolted on the field and are being escorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Must have been 8 or 10 of them. As they ran out with these 2 banners, Gerber got caught in one of them. And, boy, I'll tell you, the stadium attendants went into action in a hurry. These were demonstrators who are now being removed from the game. I can't tell you what the banners had to say because they never got a chance to string them out. There's one fellow whose head is shaved completely that they're bringing back in. Must have been 8, somewhere between 8 to a dozen of them. And now, by your leave, we shall continue the game. Which at the end of 3 innings has the White Sox out in front by a score of 3-0. Well, I don't know what that was all about, but you just sit back and enjoy some Valentine beer, the crisp refresher. Stay with them. Jim Landis leads off in the 4th. Got the fans wondering. Here's Landis, the right-hand batter, and the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Eli Gerba pitching to Landis, who walked in the 2nd inning. The delivery swung on, hit foul, out of play beyond first in the upper deck. A 1-1 count. just all of a sudden, these people bolted out of the stands to the left of the Yankee dugouts as you face the field. And they had these huge banners which they had painted up. They were obviously demonstrators of some kind, and I don't know what their message was. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, strike two. I'll say this, the stadium police worked pretty rapidly, and they never got a chance to pull the banners. And now some of the men are getting a hand as they come back. They are. Listen, how about that? The stadium police are getting a hand. Now the pitch is high and inside. 2-2. They did a great job. And they're applauding them all along the line as they walk back to their post. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike three. Landis strikes out. Early Wynn is coming up. Wynn sacrificed in the second inning. Wynn bats him left-handed against right-handed pitching. Gerber to the windup, and the delivery is low and inside. Ball one. 3-0 Chicago. It's the first of the fourth. Now the pitch. Swung on, bounced toward second. 2 hops to Richardson. Throws over to Skowron. And there are 2 away. 2 up and 2 down in the fourth inning. White Sox leading 3-0. The leadoff man, Louis Aparicio, comes to bat. Grounded to short and sacrificed. The White Sox got their 3 runs in the first inning, for any who may have tuned in late. One with 1 out. Fox pulled the ball over the head of Yogi Berra in right field. Yogi just failed to back up in time. The ball went for a triple. Sievers walked. Moved to second on a short pass ball while Fox held third. And they both held as Minosa tapped to the mound. Here's the pitch to Aparicio for a ball. And then Freese grounded past McDougald with Boyer fielding the ball in behind him, attempted to throw him out. Went for a base hit, also an error on the throw. 2 runs scored. Freese went to second, scored on Smith's single. Next pitch is swung on, a ground ball hit wide of first. Gerber a little late getting over, takes the toss, and it's safe. Aparicio beat it. Louis beats out the roller to Skowron. When Gerber, you can see him a little late getting over. And Louis got there ahead of the toss. So he's on first base with 2 outs. Fox up, and Aparicio has stolen 37 bases, and with 2 outs, I imagine folks would be surprised if he didn't try to steal it. Some of the fans like to see him go. With a left-hand hitter up, blocking the catcher's view, that helps Louis get a little more of the jump. He doesn't need too much of it. He's ready to go. There he goes. The pitch is taken, the throw down, and he is out at second. Howard threw it out. Louis Aparicio is tossed out. Howard to Boyer. The 4th time that Aparicio has been thrown out in 41 attempts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. At the end of 3.5 innings, Chicago 3, New York nothing. Well, that's the kind of play that everybody in the house knows is going to take place. You don't always know whether he's going to do it or not. But as the records show, he's stolen 37 bases in 41 attempts. That was only the fourth time he was tossed out. By the way, next time you stop by your friendly tavern, how about stopping in and really refresh yourself with a beer that offers lightness plus flavor? All you do is make the three-ring sign and ask the man for Ballantine. The crisp refresher. Mickey Mantle at bat in the last half of the fourth inning. Early Wynn to the windup. The pitch is high. Ball one. Mantle hitting .275. Drew a walk in the first inning. Skowron on deck and Howard to follow. White Sox leading 3-0. Now the pitch. High, ball two. 2-0. Balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's high, ball three, 3-0. A 3-0 count. Ball four, Mantle walk. Passes issued by Early Wynn, both to Mantle, and up comes Bill Skowron. Pops to short in the first inning. Moose hitting .311. Early Wynn checks the runner. Mantle leading away. The pitch. Skowron swings and misses. Strike one. 0-1. 3-0 Chicago. It's the last of the fourth. Wynn into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back up here. Two strikes. Detroit leading Baltimore 1-0 into 5 innings. Boston leading Cleveland 2-0 into 4. Detroit leading Baltimore 1-0 into 5.5 right now. Regan and Pappas, the pitchers. Wynn ready for the two-strike pitch to the Moose. Here it is. A count, high and inside, 1-2. Red Sox 2, Cleveland 0 into 4. Muffet and Locke. Works homeward in the fourth. Kansas City 1, Washington 0 into 5. Hall and trailing. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bill Skowron. Mantle leads away. Wynn delivers, and Moose swings and fouls it back into the press box. In the National League, Philadelphia St. Louis scoreless out of an inning and a half. Conley and Sadecki. Pittsburgh beat Chicago this afternoon 8-3. Haddock beat Ellsworth. Cincinnati's at San Francisco, Milwaukee, and Los Angeles tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wynn into the stretch. Mantle leads away from first. Here's the pitch. There goes Mantle. There's a pitch out. The throw, and Mickey is safe. Mantle steals second. Mantle's 12th stolen base in 15 attempts. A 2-2 count on Skowron. Ready. Fox starting over. Wynn looking around. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Skowron strikes out. 4 strikeouts for Wynn. Now coming up is Elston Howard, who fouled out to the catcher in the second inning. Batting .263. Wynn's delivery is swung on, grounded to short, and the play is to first base. Howard retired. Aparicio to Sievers. 2 down. And up comes Clete Boyer. Took a 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Baltimore just got 2 runs in the 6th inning to go ahead of Detroit 2-1 to end of 6th. 2 outs, Mantle on 3rd. 4th inning, 3-0 Chicago. Wynn into the windup, and the pitch to Boyer, high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Hits outside, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Wynn delivers to Boyer. In there, strike 1, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Boyer. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2, 2-2. Last of the 4th, 3-0 in favor of the White Sox. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the side is retired. And Wynn passes Plank. And the strikeout with 2,113. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on, and to 4 innings. The White Sox 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Yankees no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors.
Now this is Bob Delaney, and we're on the go again with the rest of the game brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your neighborhood Atlantic dealer. The folks who keep your car on the go.
Atlantic keeps your car on the go. For business or pleasure in any kind of weather, Atlantic keeps your car on the go.
When you want to go places and do things, what a pleasure your driving can be.
For quality products and not service, your Atlantic dealer is a plan to see. Atlantic keeps your car on the go, 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 go. Keep on the go with Atlantic.
Gerber, who has beaten Chicago twice this year, and selected by Casey to open this big series, which is the last time Chicago is in town this year. The final game at the stadium is tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. And with Wynn pitching tonight, that means it'll be score for Chicago tomorrow against Hot Ditmar. So that is a real big one. 2 tomorrow here at the stadium. All right, last year's most valuable player, Nelson Park. Hitting .272. In a crouch with a left-hand hitter, works well up on the wood. Slips in and slips out. Swings and airs a drive to Dickerson, comes up with behind second, throws to first, and Sean picks him up with a low throw and Fox is on. Bobby went behind second base. It is a base hit to Fox. His throw to first was into the dirt. Sean could not sweep it. I don't think it would have been time had he. And it is a base hit for Fox to give him 2 for 3. Single back to second. There are not many second basemen who would have even touched the ball. Now we have Sievers, who has simply picked up Chicago and carried the ball club this year. They got him from Washington. He sat around for a while, and finally Lopez in desperation said, well, with this guy's swing and his record, I'm just going to put him in there and let him play. And Sievers really has done the job. Throw to first, nothing doing. First, Fox back. Sievers for the year after a slow start is hitting at .310. But over his last 30 games, he's hitting .336. Swings and grounds it foul outside third base. Sievers has knocked in 78. Topped only by Minoto's 82. With 23 home runs for the lead on the ball club.
2-0 favor Chicago. And that opening hitter Fox is on with a single back at second. Stevens with a strike again. The right-hand hitter. Quiet bat, meaning he doesn't move it. Till he swings. There's a curve, low outside. Howard throws down to first base, nothing doing there. The pitch was ball 1. 1-1. Tony Cuccinello coaching at third. Don Guthrie coaching at first. Cowan, Richardson, Boy and Mike Dougal, the Yankee infield, with Kubick, Mantle, and Bauer on right. Maris's ribs still hurt him. He can't swing. While he's in uniform, he's unable to play. Howard back at the plate. 1-1 pitch. Low. A slider, low outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Charlie Berry, who is the senior umpire now in the American League, is back at the plate. Knapp at first. Stewart at second. Umont is at third. Gerber takes a sign, checks his runner, Fox. Pitches. A curve, low outside, and Stevens goes for it. 2-2. Roy walked in the first inning and took a third strike in the second. He's a picture book batter. Pitch is swung on a half swing and a foul outside first base on the ground. 3-2. Charlie Berry, driver of the scoreboard feature. Charlie Berry is indicating 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not a full count. Gerber, who works rather deliberately, now has the sign from Howard. Comes set. Pitches. Change of pace high inside, and it is now ball 3, strike 2. Very high, slow pitch. I want to remind you, as Mel pointed out to you at the early stages, that Stengel has announced that he's playing this game under protest. Pitch. Ball strike 2. There goes Fox. And he screws it at second base. And for the second straight time, Stevens hit him. Now Richardson comes over to protest to umpire Stewart. The Fox should be out. Cowan has come down. There's Gerber off the mound. Now Howard is out there. Just a moment. I think that Stewart said it was ball 4 and made no call. And now he is ruling when the Yankees protest that Fox is out. Now it is the White Sox turn to protest. Fox, Hector Lopez is out there. And Stewart looked into Berry, and Berry gave him the strike 3 sign. And now the Cuccinello Fox is out. That's what it was. Howard to Richardson. And Stewart made no rule, thinking that it was ball 4. And then when the Yankees claimed that they had him out, that it was not ball 4, but strike 3 at the plate, he then said Fox was out. Let's see, Lopez is still out there. The White Sox manager, we have a double play. 2 men are out. Nobody on. And so we have had very good weather, but we've had storms flying all over the playing field. First Stengel put on one in the middle of the first inning. and lodged his protest. Now Lopez trots away. So we have 2 out, nobody on. Oh, we are having it all tonight. 3-0 Chicago. That's a funny one. The pitch to Minoso is a fastball over for a call strike. The strikeout was the 3rd for Gerber. The 116th double play for the Yankees. Curve is over, strike 2. Minnie has gone 0 for 2. Hitting 307. Big right-hander delivers. Change of pace, which is hit half speed down to short. Boyer up with it. There's the throw. In time, and Minoso is retired. So run, 1 hit, nobody left. And the score at the end of 4 1/2. Chicago 3 and New York nothing.
Not too many years ago, a lot of people had to draw their water by hand with an old-fashioned pump. Now, that's getting water the hard way. And you'd be surprised, though, even today, some jobs are still being done the hard way, like cleaning the carburetor of your car, for example. The hard way is to have an experienced mechanic take your carburetor apart and clean it by hand. But now there's an easy way. Atlantic Imperial gasoline actually cleans your carburetor as you drive. You see, as Atlantic Imperial flows through your carburetor, it loosens and dissolves harmful deposits that have formed on the inside walls, gradually washes them away. And what's more, Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps them from forming again. Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial gasoline. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
That's a funny one. The pitch to Minoso is a fastball over for a call strike. The strikeout was the 3rd for Gerber. The 116th double play for the Yankees. The curve is over, strike 2. Minnie has gone 0 for 2. Hitting 307. Big right-hander delivers. Change of pace, which is hit half speed down to short. Boyer up with it. There's the throw. In time, and Minoso is retired. So run, 1 hit, nobody left. And the score at the end of 4 1/2. Chicago 3 and New York nothing.
Not too many years ago, a lot of people had to draw their water by hand with an old-fashioned pump. Now, that's getting water the hard way. And you'd be surprised, though, even today, some jobs are still being done the hard way, like cleaning the carburetor of your car, for example. The hard way is to have an experienced mechanic take your carburetor apart and clean it by hand. But now there's an easy way. Atlantic Imperial gasoline actually cleans your carburetor as you drive. You see, as Atlantic Imperial flows through your carburetor, it loosens and dissolves harmful deposits that have formed on the inside walls, gradually washes them away. And what's more, Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps them from forming again. Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial gasoline. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
Years old. Earlier this year. 1-9, lost 8. 1-6 of his last 7 decisions. Striking out 5 tonight. He has passed Eddie Plank's all-time total, and he now stands 9th among all big league pitchers in total strikeouts. 2,113. And here is Richardson. in the pitcher's spot, in the leadoff spot, after the fifth inning. 3-0 Chicago. Wynn delivers, and Bobby picks an outside curve. Ball one. Richardson hit back to the mound, and Wynn threw him out. Second inning. Bobby hitting .252. Third ball is over for a strike. In case you're wondering about why Stengel was protested this game, is playing it under protest. It centers about Wynn. Third is hit in outside third base. Just foul. That ball was hooking and just went outside third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Manager Lopez said all the time that his starting pitcher was going to be Billy Pierce. And then when the ball club got to the park tonight, he said word to Casey that it would be either Pierce, who had pulled a muscle high up in his leg at Cleveland, or else it would be Wynn if Pierce was physically unable to go. See, the 1-2 pitch. Curve is swung up, popped to first baseman Stevens, who's under it on the line, just across the line, foul down for the out. And here's Gerber coming up to hit for himself. Struck out third inning. So, Pierce warmed up. Stengel had 2 batting orders made out. One if it were Pierce, and the other if it were Wynn. Then, when the managers came out with that batting charge, it was still Pierce as the pitcher. So Stengel put in the batting order he had ready for Pierce, the left-hander. Meantime, while the White Sox were making 3 runs in the top of the first inning, Wynn was in the bullpen. As a pitch high, ball 1. Pierce went out to the mound to pitch to the first Yankee hitter, but never threw a pitch. He threw a couple of warmers, and then Lopez went out, and Pierce said apparently that the hip hurt him, so he took him out and brought in Wynn, and that's when Stengel lodged his protest, saying that there was something odoriferous in a certain Scandinavian country. And 1 ball, 1 strike to Gerber, right-hand batter. Good hitting pitcher. Swings and hits a high drive down the left field corner. And also going over close to the stand, it is a home run. As was pointed out, he is a good hitting pitcher. Now we have 22 back, and it is a 3-1 ball game. Tony, a left-hand batter, swings low inside, ball 1. 1 out. Kubick single is at 50, is 1 for 2. Hitting .285. 3-1, favor Chicago. Gerber just hitting the home run. Flatter's in for a strike. The ball was hit high and well back in the lower left field seat. Wynn deals, and there's a foul ball into left field. Minoso coming on and makes the catch. He hesitated and came on a second time. Now to McDougald, who is 1 for 2. If Wynn had been named as the starting pitcher, Gill wouldn't be in the ballgame. Stengel was going, had it been Wynn to start rather than Pierce, Stengel was going to play Boy at third, Kubick at short, and Lopez at left field. Gill takes a strike. I know I was in a Yankee dugout about an hour before game time, and they had 2 different cards up there. And I said to the skipper, I said, which one is it? And he said, you tell me. I said, tell you what. He said, tell me who's starting, I'll tell you which batting order. Back 1 pitch, foul back, strike 2. So Casey was irked over a long period of time about this matter of Pierce or Wynn. Pace high outside. That was a knuckleball. Ball one. 2 out. Gilbert's home run. Brightened up things here for this big crowd. Serve on the outside. Ball 2. The Yankees have got their work cut out for them in capital letters. The White Sox tonight and again tomorrow. And then they've got 6 games in less than 2.5 days. A twilight doubleheader Friday, doubleheader Saturday, doubleheader Sunday. Score just outside 3-2. Because of rain early in the year, it has to be a twilighter with Cleveland 6 o'clock Friday night, a doubleheader Saturday 2 o'clock. Then a scheduled doubleheader with Detroit Sunday at 2. The 3-2 pitch to McDougal from Wynn is swung on, bounced down to Fox at second. Who's up with it, time to spare, makes the throw to Peebles, and McDougal is out. So, the home run by Gerber, and at the end of 5 innings, it is 3-5-0 for Chicago, 1-3-2 for New York. Gerber gets a hand as he walks to the mound. Wonderful crowd here this evening to see this big ball game between 2 of the big ball clubs. And let's pause now for station identification.
This is Quality Modern, WOKO 1460 on your dial in Albany, New York. The correct time is 4 minutes and 30 seconds before 10 o'clock.
Down the other games at the end of 5 innings, the Red Sox 2 and the Indians nothing. At the end of 7.5 innings, to keep things really tight, it is Baltimore 2 and Detroit 1. Pappas is pitching this one for Baltimore. In the 7 innings, Washington 2, Kansas City 1. Killebrew hit a home run in the 6th with 1 on to straighten his ball club out. In the 3 innings, National League, St. Louis 2, Philadelphia nothing. This afternoon, the first place Pirates picked up a win at Chicago, 8-3. The other 2 games are on the coast. Now we've got this big one right here at the stadium. Gene Creedy, who singled to deep short in the first inning, knocked in the first run, and when Boyer threw wild into the dirt at first, that led in the second run, and set Freed in position to be scored as the 3rd run. Chicago's run-making at the very beginning. They lead 3-1. Freeze 1 for 2. Swings it a curve from Gerber, doesn't get it. He's hitting 281. He has been a big help. They got him, you remember, during the winter in a sizable transaction with Philadelphia. This past winter was the first time in the history of the majors that for a period of time you could have deals between the 2 leagues without waivers. Fastball low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gerber, that's for another sign. Pumps, delivers, a change of pitch, throws it down to short. There's Boy up, holds the throw over the first to Scowen in time, and phases out. 1 up, 1 away. Wade Smith singled to knock in the 3rd run in the first inning. He's leading the league right now. Got on through an error by Richardson in the 3rd. Batting 327. That's the high average. He had an amazing comeback after an indifferent year last season. Takes the pitch low inside, ball 1. Al is healthy over his foot trouble. As a foul ball in the upper stand, deep back at first. 1-1. thick breeze now. It's picked up in the late innings. It is coming in from behind left field and blowing toward right. Going from third base to first base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gerber delivers a curve which is over the outside for a called second strike. Mind you. Gerber, who has never hurried. Down through classes, takes the time from Howard. Deals, change of pace, which is swung on and fouled back onto the screen. There the count holds. Right-hander comes down 1-2 again into the dirt. And it kicks off of Howard's right shin guard. Ball 2. Nobody on. They have 1 out. Three to 1 for the Chicago. Gerber pitching and hitting the home run for the 1 Yankee tally off Wynn, who had pitched all the way. Pierce got to the mound at the start of the game, but never faced a hitter. The 2-2 pitch swung on as a ground ball, hit past 3 to third. McDougall up with it, snaps to third of Skowron, and Footy is up. 2 up, 2 down. The batter is Sean Lawler, who's 0 for 2. Fine receiver, hitting .265. Gerber deals, and it's a change of pace high inside. Ball 1. G-R-B-A. You're wondering about the spelling. But Lawler hits a high fly ball straight out the middle. Now Mickey comes in 2, 3 steps, 4 steps. He has it. He had it judged all the way. Nothing across. Top of the 6th. The Yankees behind, coming in. And 5.5, it is Chicago 3 and New York 1. Well,
Guten Tag, Herr Atlantic Dealer. You can fix mein Automobile, ja?
What's the trouble?
Ach, der Engine ist ein Klinker.
Clinker?
Ja, es bin gesputtering all über der Autobahn.
Spluttering, huh? That sounds like a dirty carburetor. We can fix that right here with Atlantic Imperial gasoline.
Imperial?
That's right. Atlantic Imperial actually cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
Wunderbar. Give me please 50 liters.
Please? Well, Atlantic Imperial is sold in gallons.
Was ist ein Gallon?
Well, a gallon is 4 quarts.
Was ist ein Quart?
Well, a quart is... well, maybe I should fill it up, huh?
Ja, das ist. Mach gefunden mit Imperial. Das ist gut. Ach, der Engine sounds gut. Der Atlantic Imperial ist der cleaning der carburetor. Atlantic is der car on the go.
Chicago. Wynn pitching, Lawler catching. Steelers at first base. Fox is at second after he short short. Freeze at third. Minoso in left field. Landis is in center. And the right fielder is Smith. Yogi has failed to get one safe tonight. He's 0 for 2. And is hitting exactly 300. Committee figure, left-hand batter, playing at number 8. Outfield deep, around toward right. Wynn double pumps. The bulky right-hander delivers, and it's a curve in there for a strike. Nothing in 1. Wynn rocking. fastball that is popped up. First baseman Stevens is coming halfway over to the mound, makes the catch. And pops up to the first baseman. Now we have Matto, who has been walked each of the two times to lift his total of bases on balls to 84. Which is a very valuable contribution to the club. That's one of the reasons that Mickey has scored more runs than any other big leaguer this year. He's on there so frequently. Hitting 275. Strike. Wynn got it over the inside. About high. The bulletin on the scoreboard shows that Fox leads the American League in triples with 10. Well, he got his 10th as the first hit of this ball game in the opening inning. Of course, Chicago could be put down. They came up with a 3-run. Wynn delivers, and it's a fastball high outside, 1-1. Ball and a strike. Curve that bit down over the outside. All right, 1-2. In double pump, delivers. Strike 3. He threw it over the inside, and Malice, surprised, walks away. That is 6 strikeouts for Wynn tonight. Boy, he has made a lot of them walk that plank back to the dugout. That is 2,114 men he struck out in the American League. And that, boy, is stacking a lot of lumber. Well, here's the Moose, who is 0 for 2 against Wynn. The right-hand batter picks the fastball high and inside, ball 1. Down, hitting at 310. Delivers a curve swung on bounce to third. Freeze is up with it. He throws over to first base. The Steelers in time, and the Yankees go down in order. In the 6th inning, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Chicago. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors for New York. Gerber is pitching and hitting. He's accounted for the Yankee tally with his first Major League home run. Goes out to the out to face Landis. Then Wynn. And then Aparicio. Well, now let's see what goes here in inning 7. It is 3-1 in favor of the White Sox. In the 18 meetings between these two better contestants, the Yankees lead in the season series 10 games to 8. Chicago in for its last game at the stadium tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Don't miss it. Don't let that one get away from you. Landis swings at the first pitch. It's a high foul, deep back of first. Cowan is over close to the stand, leans in, and he can't hold it. Goes off the end of the glove. No error, of course. Strike 1. Landis is built like a greyhound. Lean, and he can run like one. For some reason, which he himself can't understand, he never hits much the first part of the season and always hits very well the last part. He's moving up. Went into the ball game at 2:45. Outfield shades him and to left. Bunt. Let's see. Gerber up, throws to first. Not in time for a wild throw. But it bounces off the fence where Richardson gets it on the ricochet. And it is just a bunt single for Landis, who has no opportunity to advance further. He laid it in beautifully, and he is on, opening up the 7th inning. Bunt single up the third baseline. This is hit number 6 for Chicago. This gets Wynn up, gets a big hand. He's in done pitcher for many years in this league. Early sacrificed and got Landis over to second, and when they threw too late at second, Wynn reached first base safely in the second inning. Then he was thrown out by Richardson in the fourth, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. The Yankees, of course, in this setup have to play him for a bunt. He bunts. So he takes it and has to throw down to second, and Landis is out. Howard to Boyer. So Howard has thrown out 3. Aparicio, Fox, and now Landis. So Landis is out on his attempted steal. Wynn was going to bunt, then drew the bat back, and it is ball 1. The pitch was low. So Howard has thrown 3 out of 3. This also means that Gerber has gotten rid of that ball in a hurry and given the catcher an opportunity to make the throw. So we have 1 out, nobody on. Wynn takes then at the strike. Of course, he's set to swing now. The batter earlier is hitting a little above 200. He is 12 for 57. Knocked in 7 runs. He has a home run this year. 3-1 Chicago. Wynn steps out. Now he's in. We'll watch for that final score from Baltimore for you. The curve in for call strike 2. Detroit has come to bat at Baltimore in the 9th inning behind 3-1. And Pappas has been going all the way for Baltimore. Pitch outside, ball 2. 2-2. About these 3 attempted steals, which have all been nullified, you have got to give both Gerber and Howard credit. If the pitcher doesn't get that ball into the catcher is dead. He doesn't have a chance. So Gerber didn't allow any of these 3 fellows to get the big jump. And then Howard shot them down. There's a foul tip. 2-2. Wynn, hitting left-handed, let us remind you, is a switch hitter. All right, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wynn swinging late, fouls it off. Now it is hanging. One down, nobody on. Tip. Went after a curveball. In the White Sox last game at the stadium tomorrow at 2 o'clock, it'll be Score against Detmar. Score pitched the shutout his last time. 2-2. Wynn swings, hits the ball down the left field line, and it is foul. Into the lower stands where they butt the foul line down in the corner. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chicago leading 3-1. The White Sox got their runs in the first inning. Triple by Fox, a walk to Stevens, short wild pitch. There was 2 down, an infield single by Freese with a throwing error on it, and then a single by Smith. Low, ball 3. The one Yankee tally was in the last of the 5th home run by pitcher Gerber, his first major league round tripper. Gerber, no hurry. Deals. Wynn swinging at a high fastball, fouls it into the dirt. I think it got part of Howard's meat hand. All right, 2-2. Still the count. The last ball that was fouled is examined by plate umpire Barry and discarded. Gerber popping. Pitch is low inside, ball 4, and Wynn walk. This is the third walk given up by Eli. Wynn, now that the evening has gotten later and cooler and the breeze has come up stronger, puts on a light jacket as he walks down to first. Take his stand with one away. And here's Aparicio, who is 1 for 2. He got on with a single in the fourth and then tried to steal on the first pitch, and Howard threw him out. Gerber lost no time in making his pitch. You know, most steals are on pitches. And yet the catcher gets the bulk of the blame. But until the catcher gets the ball, he can't throw it. Never seen one that could. I've seen a pretty good one. If it's low outside, ball 1. I know that folks are still talking about the fact that Pepper Martin stole everything but the fillings in Mickey Cochran's teeth in that Philadelphia St. Louis World Series. But Martin stole on those athletic pitches. Aparicio swings, hits the ball into right field. Lines out, base hit. Wynn holds up 5 seconds. Bello retrieves, throws in. Bello playing right field. Maris is still hurt from those ribs. So the Sox now have men at first and second. Second hit for Aparicio. And one thing, though, he can't do any stealing with Wynn on ahead of him. And here's Nelson Fox, who is 2 for 3 tonight, a triple in the 3-run first inning for Chicago, and then a single in the fifth. Wilhelm has relieved Pappas in the top of the ninth. We don't know what Detroit is doing, but we know that Pappas is out of there and Wilhelm is in. Detroit went to bat in the ninth inning behind 3-1. The Chicago is leading 3-1. Here in the seventh, men at first and second. Foxy leaning into the plate. There's a throw back to second base, and Wynn is safe. Boyer, the shortstop who came out and took the throw, claims that he had him. Gerber went back to add to the protest to umpire Stewart. Stengel comes about 10 feet in front of the Yankee dugout, but he doesn't go any further to the field. Wynn is declared safe. Now the players go back to their position, and Casey goes slowly, truculently, back to the Yankee bench. These are big ball games, especially for the Yankees, who are at the moment in first, but they're in, and should be saying, in battle position, being run at by both Chicago, who's in town, and by Baltimore. And, of course, these 6 games this weekend are hanging heavy over the Yankee head. That's an awful load of work. All right, Gerber ready, Fox at the plate. The pitch is high inside, a slider, ball 1. And Gerber is mad now about the call on that. He turns his back on the plate and won't take the ball from Howard. And he finally turns around. We have the attendance figures. We have a crowd of 44,417, including servicemen, guests of the Yankees. And the paid is 43,275. 43,275 paid. Fine crowd. Okay, the ball 1 pitch to Fox is swung on a ground ball foul outside first base, and it is now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees at-home paid attendance is 1,167,304. Gerber ready, checks the runner second, pitches, and Fox swings and has a sharp foul ball in back of the first base coach, Don Guthrie. Strike 2. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hitmar goes for the Yankees tomorrow afternoon. He's been hot lately. And it will be Herb Score for Chicago. Lopez said it would be either Pierce or Wynn tonight, and if Pierce pitch tonight, Wynn or Score tomorrow. So, with Pierce having a bad muscle in the hip, and Wynn pitching tonight, that means Score tomorrow, I would say. 3-1 Chicago. Gerber delivers. Fox swings at the ground ball wide of first. Down up, but it goes to second base. He throws, gets away. Here's Wynn coming in to score, and Aparicio goes down to third, and Fox goes to second. The throw partially hit Aparicio as he slid in, and this is a tough call for the scorer. Gowan is charged with an error on his throw. So it is now 4-1 in favor of Chicago. You score Fox as they field his choice and reaching second on the Moose's error. Aparicio goes to third on Scowen's throwing error. And Wynn comes on home. This is the third Yankee error tonight. Runners at second and third, and the hitter is Stevens, who is 0 for 2. For Stevens with a sacrifice fly, that's his 79th RBI. No way to stop Aparicio. All right, 5-1 Chicago. And the hitter is Minoso, who is 0 for 3. Fox at second. We have 2 men out. And Wes Stark has gone in as the third pitcher in the ninth inning down there at Baltimore. Minoso crowding over the plate. Time is called as many steps out. Gerber pitched anyhow, not seeing the time was called, so it is no pitch. The scoreboard bulletin, pitching tomorrow. Yankees on Ditmar. Chicago, Herb Score. Chicago's last time in, so don't miss it. Gerber deals a curve outside, and it is ball 1. Also hitting 306. He's been the leading White Sox hitter against the Yankees this year. The 18 games played before this one. Out with the Yankees 110. 5-1 Chicago. Curve low outside, and it is ball 2. Howard reached across his body, made a nice backhand pickup. 2-1. No strikes. Curve is low, but also checks the swing. Ball 3. 3-0. Gerber takes off his cap. Now is got his cap on. He's on the rubber, taking the sign. Fox, 2 out, ready to travel, leads at second base. Minoso, let's see, he could not check his swing on a low outside curve, and many thought that he had, and it was ball 4, dropped his bat and started to first base, and Charlie Barrett says, no, come back here and hit. All right, 3-1. 2 runs in here in the 7th to add to the 3 in the 1st. 5-1 Chicago. If they can hold any part of it, they'll only be a half a game back in New York, which will make tomorrow's game an even bigger and more bitter one. One pitch. Swung on a high pop fly. Out in the short center field. Mantle is coming in under it. Makes the catch, and that is the 3rd out. So we have 2 runs. We'll check with the score to see how many are in. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error. And the score at the end are 6 1/2 innings. Chicago 5 and New York 1.
You know, for many men, a good pipe is one of life's big pleasures. But as every pipe smoker knows, deposits that form in the bowl have to be removed from time to time for a pipe to draw as it should. Well, now this is also true of the carburetor in your car. Deposits form on the inside walls under normal driving conditions. For best results, these deposits must be removed. Removing them can be a tough job, even for an experienced mechanic, but today, it's really very easy when you drive with Atlantic Imperial gasoline. You see, Atlantic Imperial is specially designed to clean your carburetor while you drive. As it flows through the carburetor, it gradually dissolves and removes hard deposits and washes them harmlessly away. Then, Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps them from forming again. Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial in their cars. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
Elston Howard steps in. He's gone 0 for 2 against Wynn. The big right-hander with a 5-1 lead. Pumps, delivers a curveball over for a called strike. 0-1. Detroit got 2 runs in the top of the 9th at Baltimore to tie it. 3-3. Fastball high outside. 1-1. So the Orioles are at bat in the last half of the 9th inning in a 3-3 ball game. The Tigers have won their last 6. They've suddenly gotten hot. They'll be here at the stadium for a doubleheader Sunday. Joe Gordon, bring him in. Last time he was here, he was managing Cleveland, remember? Howard swings at the high drive to deep right center. Landis going way out there and makes the catch. Boy, he ran a mile. He can go get him, and this is the ballpark. He's got plenty of room. Howard hit that ball to deep right center field. Landis went right up against the wall to catch it. That is the fielding play of the night. Now we have Boyer, who is 0 for 2. And both times, the old boy has struck him out. Wynn tonight has become the 9th high man in total strikeouts in the history of Major League pitchers. He passed Eddie Plank's total tonight. Moyer has a hitting string of the last 6 on the line. Fastball low outside, ball 1. Boyer went into the ball game at 260. The curve as a trickle ball down the short. Aparicio up, throws, and Steelers makes the stretch to bring it in for the out. It was a fine play on both ends, both the shortstop and the first baseman. Boyer's out. We have 2 gone last to the 7th. And here is Hector Lopez coming up to hit for Bobby Richardson. He is Major League pitcher. He passed Eddie Plank's total tonight. Moyer has a hitting string of the last 6 on the line. Fastball low outside, ball 1. Moyer went into the ball game at 260. Curve as a trickle ball down to short. Aparicio up, throws, and Stevens makes the stretch to bring it in for the out. It was a fine play on both ends, both the shortstop and the first baseman. Boyer's out. We have 2 gone last to the 7th. And here is Hector Lopez coming up to hit for Bobby Richardson. Stengel behind 5-1, going to the bench. Straight away on Lopez, hitting 279. Wynn pitches high outside, ball 1. Had Lopez announced that Wynn would have been the starter, Stengel was going to start Lopez in left. Early right-handed delivers. The curve swung on. It's hit off the end of the bat. Up toward first base. Wynn is up with it. Throws to first in time when the Steelers Lopez is out. So the Yankees go down, but it took 2 fine fielding plays to do it. And the score at the end of 7 innings remains Chicago 5, New York 1.
Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial in their cars. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. Here's Phil Rizzuto.
Hey, Red. Take a look at the scoreboard first in the American League. Cleveland and the Red Sox tied 2-2, playing the bottom of the 8th inning. Grant against Sullivan. Vic Wertz homered in the 4th for the Red Sox. Detroit came up with 2 in the top of the 9th. Tied the Baltimore Orioles 3-3 with the Orioles batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Tigers have a 6-game winning streak going. Fisher and Stock are the pitchers. Washington defeated Kansas City 3-1. Kralik all the way to winner, Hall the loser. Killebrew and Batoya homered. Killebrew's with a man on. Senators still hitting those home runs. In the National League, Cardinals 2, the Phillies nothing at the end of 5.5. Conley against Sadecki. Walt Morin homered in the 6th with 1 on for St. Louis. Pittsburgh beat Chicago this afternoon 8-3. Haddock's the winner, Ellsworth the loser. Cincinnati and San Francisco, Milwaukee at Los Angeles have not started. For the Yankees, Hector Lopez moves to left field. Cletus Boyer moves to third base. Tony Kubick to shortstop. And Gil McDougall to second base. Skowron remains at first, Mantle in center, Berra in right, and Howard behind the plate. Eli Gerber is out on the mound for the Yankees. And he'll be pitching to Gene Freese, Al Smith, and Sherman Lawler here in the top of the 8th with the White Sox leading 5-1. Singled, was thrown out, attempting the bunt, and bounced to the shortstop. He's driven in 1 run and scored a run. Here's Gerber's first pitch to Freese. The curve is fouled back on the screen, strike 1. Freese tried to punch that ball to right field. White Sox scored 3 in the 1st and 2 in the 7th. Yankees scored their 1 run in the 5th inning, a home run by Eli Gerber. I don't know what that hit is. That. And Eddie Follick, the White Sox trainer, and Al Lopez are coming out to the mound. I believe it hit his bat, kicked all the way back into the mezzanine. 2 strikes on Gene Freese. man, that ball was close. A high, tight fastball. Freese just did get out of the way. And the way he went down, you couldn't be sure whether it hit his bat or his helmet. But it's 0-2 to count now on Gene Freese. Gene taking plenty of time to get his breath back. Even though the pitch is close, the hitter always gets a little bit jumpy. You can almost feel the ball hitting you. Gerber's fastball is tailing in towards the right-hand hitter tonight. He's really firing that ball. A couple of tough breaks, or the White Sox would not have scored on him at all. All right, Gerber with a short windup. Curve is swung and a missed, strike 3. Freese went after a high curveball. Four strikeouts for Eli Gerber on the night. Brings up Al Smith, who singled, reached on an error, and bounced to third base. Smitty leads the American League in batting. Came into the game batting .326. Still batting .326 after 1 for 3. The pitch by Gerber is hit deep to left field. Going way back is Lopez, and did he get it? He fell down and he made the catch. A beautiful play by Hector Lopez. Hector Lopez went back as far as he could, reached up, and just as he caught the ball, he fell to the ground right against the 402-foot sign. A fine play by Lopez. That ball was not hit too high, and it was hit right on the nose. Hector dusting himself off. Man, that would have been at least a triple, and possibly an inside-the-park homer. That's 2 out here, Sherman Lawler. Lawler is 0 for 3. Bounce to short, fly to left, fly to center. 5-1, the White Sox lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch to Lawler is high inside, ball 1. You couldn't tell for a second whether Lopez held onto that ball or not. He went down to the ground. Two out, nobody on. The 1-0 pitch is a strike call. Baltimore failed to score in the bottom of the 9th. They're going into extra innings down in Baltimore. Score tied 3-3. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Slow curve, low outside. 2-1 the count. Jim Landis on deck. Fastball hit on the ground at third. Boy is upwards on 1 hop. The throw to Skowron in time for the out. And Gerber sets the White Sox down 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th, nothing across. The score at the end of 7.5 innings, Chicago 5, New York 1.
The applause is for Hector Lopez as he comes into the Yankee dugout. Say, has your car been holding back on you, performing with less than its usual power? Well, your trouble could be a dirty carburetor, something that can happen to any car. And that's one reason why you should be driving with Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive. You see, as Atlantic Imperial flows through the carburetor, it loosens, dissolves, and gradually washes away carburetor deposits that can cause loss of power, frequent stalling, and gasoline waste. What's more, Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps these deposits from forming again. Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
In the bottom of the 8th inning, Early Wynn will be facing Bob Cerv, who is coming up to bat for Eli Gerber. Gerber has accounted for the only Yankee run of the night, a home run in the 5th inning. It was Gerber's first Major League home run. But Casey going to the bench as Bob served, batting .239, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 12 homers, and 31 runs batted in. Yankees trailing 5-1. Remember, this game is being played under protest by manager Casey Stengel of the Yankees. Eli Gerber pitched a fine ball game. Gave up 7 hits, walked 3, struck out 4, allowed 5 runs. Only 2 of them earned. Here's the pitch to serve. It's a strike on the outside corner. Wynn into that big slow windup. Curve outside this time, 1-1. On deck, Tony Kubick. Wynn has allowed just 3 base hits in 7 innings. Single by McDougal, a single by Kubick, and a homer by Boyer. Rather by Gerber. There's a fly ball to short center field. Landis is coming in under it and makes the catch. Landis made a fine running play on Elston Howard in the 7th inning. Tony Kubick fly to center, single to right, and fly to left. 1 out, nobody on. Gil McDougal on deck. Pitch to Tony is a curve on the inside corner. Strike 1 called. Ready again. Fastball popped to left field. Vinny Minoso moving under it, pounding the glove. He's got it. That's 2 away. Since Gerber hit the home run in the 5th inning, Early Wynn has retired 2, 5, 8, 10 men in a row. Here's Gil McDougal. Single fly to center, bounce to second. 2 out, nobody on. On deck, Yogi Berra. Pitch to Gil. Throw! In time, a beautiful play by Aparicio. I didn't think he had a chance to get McDougal. The ball was not hit hard and deep in the hole. He's got that strong arm, just didn't hit Gil. So Wynn sets the Yankees down in order for the 3rd consecutive inning. Nothing across. The score at the end of 8 full innings. The White Sox 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Yankees 1 run, 3 hits, and 3 errors. Quickly on the scoreboard at the end of 8.5 innings, Cleveland 2 and the Red Sox 2. At the end of 9 full innings, Detroit 3 and Baltimore 3. Washington defeated Kansas City 3-1. In the National League, Cardinals 4, Phillies nothing at the end of 6.5. Pittsburgh beat the Cubs this afternoon 8-3, and Cincinnati at San Francisco. Milwaukee at Los Angeles has not started. Jim Coates is coming in from the bullpen. Eli Gerber pitched 8 innings, allowing 7 hits, walked 3, struck out 4, and allowed 5 runs, 2 of them earned. And also homered for the Yankees' only run of the ball game. Jim Coates, 6'4", 195 pounds, from Village, Virginia, making his 24th appearance of the year. Jim has won 9 and lost 3. This is his 5th consecutive relief appearance. He last started on August the 3rd against Detroit. He relieved down in Washington. Walked the first 2 men he faced, and Casey took him out for another pitcher. Coates will be pitching to the bottom 2 in the White Sox lineup, Landis and Wynn, and then Louis Aparicio. The Yankees play the White Sox tomorrow afternoon, and another mighty important ball game. White Sox are just a game and a half behind New York, as is Baltimore. after an off day on Thursday, the Yankees play a twilight doubleheader on Friday night against the Cleveland Indians. On Saturday, another doubleheader with the Indians, and Saturday will be Bill Skowron Day here at the stadium. Bill will be honored between games of the doubleheader with Cleveland. And on Sunday, the third consecutive doubleheader the Yankees will have played, this one with the Detroit Tigers. Landis, who walked, struck out, and beat out a bunt, is leading off. Ellie Howard, by the way, has thrown out 3 of the real fast runners on the White Sox club. He threw out Louis Aparicio in the 4th inning, accepting the steal. He got Jim Landis in the 7th inning. And he got Nellie Fox in the 5th inning. Landis, a right-hand batter with an open stance, facing Jim Coates. Here's the windup. Pitch to Landis is a foul back on the screen, strike 1. Cleveland and Boston are going in extra innings, 2-2 at the end of 9. Fastball hit on the ground, back to Coates, one-handed. Fires to Skowron, and it's one away. And here comes Early Wynn, and he'll get a fine round of applause. Early tips his cat. Comes in, he's sacrificed, fouls to second and walk. He scored once tonight, 0 for 1. Batting left-handed against Jim Coates. He's a switch hitter. First pitch by Big Jim is a strike call, a fastball just above the knees. Yankees will have Berra, Mantle, and Skowron facing Early Wynn in the bottom of the 9th inning. The one-strike pitch is a curved foul back on the screen, strike 2. Nothing in 2 on Wynn, 1 out, nobody on. 5-1 the White Sox lead. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Fastball is high, ball 1. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike delivery. Slow curve foul to the left of third base. Frank Umont almost went down to field that ball and thought better of it, let it kick out to left field. Now he runs out and picks it up. Coming a little too fast for Frank. All right, Coates ready again. Here's the windup. His pitch is fouled again off third base. And Umont again lets it roll by him. Picked up by Tony Kubick this time. Again, the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And that ball went in back of Wynn's head, and he's starting to walk out to the mound. And Don Gutteridge and the umpire are coming in to stop him. That ball went in back of Early Wynn's head. Back to the screen on a fly. And boy, Wynn is hot, I want to tell you. The count is 2-2. And Earl Torgerson comes out there. Man, he's a battler, I'll tell you. The Yankee players, Kubick and Skowron, standing outside, protecting Jim Coates out on the mound in case anybody gets through. And Frank Umont is leading Torgerson back to the dugout. Early Wynn standing at the plate. He is mad. Al Lopez, the skipper of the White Sox, arguing with plate umpire Charlie Berry. And we almost had a near rhubarb that time. Coates threw one right in back of Wynn's head. Wynn's helmet came off as he ducked out of the way. And now we're getting order restored here a little bit. Al Lopez is still talking with Charlie Berry, and he wants to talk with Early Wynn to settle him down a little bit. Lopez pats Early Wynn on the arm. 2-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on. 5-1, the White Sox lead here in the top of the ninth. Coach does not have a baseball out on the mound. Now Charlie Berry flips him one out there. The Tigers failed to score in the top of the 10th inning, so Baltimore's batting in the bottom of the 10th with a chance to win the ball game. 3-3 the score. Here is Chicago 5, New York 1. All right, ready for the 2-2 pitch. Slow curve outside, ball 3, 3-2. The payoff pitch, Early Wynn. Swings and misses, strike 3. Boy, that Wynn is still mad. He's getting back in that dugout in a hurry. Here's Louis Aparicio, who bounced to short, sacrificed, beat out an infield single and single to right. Louis has scored 1 run. Thrown out attempting to steal his 38th base. He has 37 stolen bases. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Louis is pop foul, back out of play in the upper deck. Kicks down onto the screen and onto the playing field. The wind is really whipping up now. Flag blowing straight out towards right field. Coates into the windup. A 1-strike pitch is hit on the ground to second baseman. Dooley coming in fast up with it. Throws to Scarron in time to get Aparicio. So Coates sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing across on the top of the ninth. The score at the end of 8.5 innings. Chicago 5 and the Yankees 1.
Out to the mound. You know, to get the most out of your car, you've got to put the best care into it. And your Atlantic dealer gives it the best with the Safety Service lubrication. First, your car gets a complete lubrication according to its manufacturer's specifications. And then he checks and services many other vital safety areas. You can depend on your Atlantic dealer. He's the man that knows and cares about your car. So see him soon for an Atlantic Safety Service lubrication to keep your car on the go.
He popped to third, struck out, and popped to first base. Baltimore failed to score in the bottom of the 10th. They're going into the 11th inning down there. Score tied 3-3. Yogi steps into the batter's box. Wynn goes into the windup, ready for the first pitch to Yogi. Here it is. It's line to right field, a base hit. A single for Yogi. Only the 4th hit off Wynn, and Wynn had retired 11 Yankees in a row. Here's Mickey Mantle, who walked twice and was called out on strike. 5-1, the White Sox lead here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's a stretch by Wynn. Steve is not holding Yogi on. Pitch to Mantle is a ground ball to first. Stevens up with a step in the bag. Throws to second. He's out. Yogi did not slide, and he's called out. Yogi Berra did not slide into second base, and Stevens' throw was high, but Aparicio was able to put the tag on Yogi. Yogi sort of fell down when he got to second. That's 2 away. Stevens picked it up, stepped on first, and fired down to second base. 2 quick outs. Here's Bill Skowron. Popped to short, struck out, bounced to third. The pitch to the Moose is low outside, ball 1. No strikes on Skowron. Pitch to the Moose is swung and a miss. Strike 1, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Strike 2. He tried to check his swing, couldn't hold it back. 2 out, nobody on. 5-1 the White Sox lead here in the bottom of the ninth. The windup. The pitch is inside. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just outside, ball 3, 3-2. Wynn thought he had the corner that time. Full count on Skowron. On deck is Elston Howard. The windup by Wynn. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. He lost him. The third walk given up by Early Wynn. Here's Elston Howard. Pop to the catcher. Bounce to short. Slide out deep to right center field. 2 men are out. Collins at first. The White Sox lead 5-1. The stretch by Wynn. The pitch to Howard is pop foul out of play in the upper deck. Strike 1. Again, Wynn set. Skowron with a big lead off first. Stevens not holding him on. Pitch to Howard is foul down the third base line, and Lala makes sure it stays foul. He hits it with his glove. A little slow roller. Howard was across first, now coming back to the box. 0-2 on Ellie. Two out, and the Moose at first base. Stretch by Wynn. The pitch is pop foul back in the upper deck. Howard hanging in there. Wynn has not thrown nearly as many fastballs tonight as he usually does against the Yankees. Nothing in 2 to count on Howard. Here's the stretch. The pitch is hit to right field. Smith going back. He's under it. Makes the catch, and the ball game is over. For the Yankees in the bottom of the ninth, no runs, 1 hit. No White Sox errors. 1 man left. The White Sox win it 5-1 and take the first game of this important 2-game series. Charlie Maxwell, by the way, has just hit a home run in the 11th with 1 on, so Detroit leads Baltimore 5-3. Here are the totals in the ball game for the White Sox: 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 5 men left. For the Yankees, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 5 men left. The winning pitcher, Early Wynn, who is 110 and lost 8. The loser is Eli Gerber, who is 1-3 and lost 2. But Gerber pitched excellent ball, went 8 innings, giving up 7 hits, walked 3, struck out 4, allowed 5 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. In the first inning, Fox tripled, Severs walked. After Minoso bounced out with 2 out, Freeze hit a ball in the hole. Boyer came up with it. His throw was not in time. It kicked off Skowron's glove for a hit and an error. Smith then singled up the middle to drive in Roy Severs. The White Sox scored 3 runs in the first inning. They scored 2 more in the 7th inning on a bunt single by Landis. He was thrown out at second. Wynn walked. Aparicio singled to right. Fox bounced to first base, and Skowron's throw was wild one into left field. Wynn scored. Aparicio went to third, and Severs hit a sacrifice fly to left field. For the Yankees, they scored just 1 run, and that on a homer by Eli Gerber. Final